Going live.
Apologies again for the technical difficulties. Next time we will come up with a solution. Hopefully, you are part of history, and
Indeed.
such is life. I hope you've enjoyed what we've gone through so far. And let Piers take the stage.
We wanted to promote a couple of things, namely next Tuesday, 27th February, 6 o'clock outside Southwark Town Hall on Tooley Street, 160 Tooley Street. I've been to many meetings in there. Some councillors listen, most of them don't. But, you know, we want to go there to their scrutiny committee to ask them for evidence that man-made climate change exists and ask them to have a public debate about it with people from experts from both sides. And we'll have a change my mind table there as well. Big banner saying man-made climate change does not exist, change my mind. 2 chairs, one with me and one with whoever wants to discuss. And they use the microphone and say what they wish. And we have actually a conversation. Okay, so that's what we're doing immediately. There's plenty of other stuff, of course, on the website. But on the climate thing, yes, the 11th of March in Islington, there's going to be having some big event about the climate crisis. And we said we will come along and have a deputation present, we hope.
And the change my mind debate outside,
yes.
we'll have, whether they want the debate or not.
Completely. We'll have the debate.
And you've got a chance to debate with expert climate scientists.
There we are.
For free.
And I'll ask you to download our pamphlet, Man-Made Climate Change Does Not Exist, from weatheraction.com. And there's plenty of other leaflets around. Where did those? Oh, they went back here. Yes, these are available on stopnewnormal.net, for example, these type of leaflets, these 6 legs of New World Tyranny and so forth. And especially do download the 12 principles of the United Front on the website and get other people in other parties, other groups to get involved in this. It's a united front. Okay, I don't know if people heard the answer we gave to when we talked about the rivers of Upper Air.
Yeah, was it Robert or Matthew had that question and you answered it?
Yes, okay. I think
we were live, hopefully we were.
Yes. Anyway, the key point is that the rivers in the upper atmosphere of air, as they call them, is the jet stream. Yes. It's not like a direct river or even a single clear stream, but it's a general pattern. And it's controlled, which I didn't say before, by solar activity. That is why I'm able to make long-range forecasts of the weather, and the forecasts have been going very well for those of you who monitor them on the weatheraction.com website. Okay, well, other things to talk about. We haven't got any more questions here because maybe people don't know if we're back or not, but
they'll be able
that was the main question we had.
Yeah.
The other ones were, it was the guy said, well done, Piers, and stuff like that. But the key question was what I just said. On the back of the United Front 12 principles, there's numbers of different actions talked about. We've mentioned drive at will, do not pay, to break zoning. And also we want to take down all the surveillance cameras. And interesting, worth pointing out, the Tories, of course, not to be trusted, like Labour not to be trusted, but their policy for ULEZ is or was no ULEZ expansion into the outer boroughs. However, they wanted to keep all the cameras for surveillance. Well, look, we don't want surveillance cameras, so we're for, you know, the council should be not installing these. We want to take down all these surveillance cameras. And on that, I would say all the electromagnetic waves, or the RFR, radio frequency radiation, associated with all these organs of control is causing massive damage and killing of bees, and insects, and undoubtedly makes people ill. And the increases of 5G will cause more people to be ill, and they will then say that this is disease X. So look, there's a lot of great danger here, and as mayor, I would, have a really proper anti-pollution campaign. Pollution includes RFR, radio frequency radiation. I mean, probably it's definitely the case that the confusion in some animals of their sexes, i.e., you get mixed sex animals born, this is amphibians, for example, is to do with RFR. I mean, it could be some of the strange things happening in humans are to do with that. I don't know, but of course, it's a political game being played to get people to be transes. And we say if anyone wants to be a trans, they have to be old enough to know what they're doing. It should not be propagated to children, which is the key point we make on the United Front. And some transes actually have read this and say they agree with us, agree with you, Piers. They were old enough to decide what they're doing. Not something I can cope with myself, but it's definitely not for children. Any human being shouldn't have children subjected to these things. Children are children. Okay, other things on this list. Keep cash, of course. Encourage all businesses to keep cash. Boycotts, international solidarity, we've done this. Home education. Well, that's important. A lot of people have taken their children out of school because of the way the brainwashing's been going on. And we support the right to do this. And the Mayor of London should help this process, or make sure the schools don't impose it. I mean, both ways are valid ways of taking the way forward. Okay, now what is the time and how long have we got?
Well, you can finish it if you want to.
It's now exactly 8 o'clock. We're logging in to say something. We would be able to answer questions.
Yeah, they might not have seen that there's a new live stream being made, which we've had to do in this instance. Let's see if I can find out. There's 4 people watching.
4 people watching. Hey, any of you 4 people, type in a question. What day of the week is it? You can try us that. Oh, we are. Welcome to the live chat. Robert Hawthorne. Looks like the feed is back. Yes, well done. Robert again. Well, have you got another question, Robert? Or anybody? Yes, well, hopefully the stream will be a lot bigger. I mean, there was a lot more people at the start, wasn't there?
Ugo, yeah, get the word out, share it with your friends and family.
Yes, that's right. And we'll have other people on this. A friend of mine involved in weather stuff was very interested in talking about the fake data coming out of the Met Office. I mean, for example, they're saying about this yesterday or today, the warmest ever, blah, blah, day in February in the United Kingdom. Well, not so. 1998 was warmer, even though they changed the data. They make past data colder and current data warmer. But still 1998 was a warmer February. And so it goes on. Well, I needn't go into that at this point in time. But it's, people who want to probe more deeply into data and fake data, then please do.
Should we see what happens if you've got another question? If we put we can pin messages. So
messages.
Pin the first question, see what that does. Things.
All right.
A new pin message. What happens if does this turn up on the screen? Message pinned. I don't know if
Well, there's a pin there. It says Robert Hawthorne.
Okay, I'll pin it. But we've got a new question. Oh yeah, new Robert Hawthorne sayings. Yes, continue. Sorry.
My feed he says here, message unpinned. My feed went down, so I don't know if you answered the question about atmospheric rivers and any relation with the jet stream. Oh, I see. He missed that. All right, we'll give the answer again. Yes, Robert, the answer is yes. Oh, there's another question there. Hello from Finland. We've had an incredibly cold winter. All right. Well, let's do that first, and then we'll come back to yours, Robert. Yes, someone from Finland, and we used to sell weather we do still sell weather forecasts in Finland, but I've been to Finland a few times. Amazing place.
Is that on weatheraction.com?
Yes, yes. Well, the trip to Finland, no, but I did go there, and we went to many meetings and conferences in Finland, or rather other parts of these Scandinavia. It says here, hello Piers, greetings from Finland. This is from Ville, where we've had an incredibly cold winter. So who wants well, what about global warming? Okay. Yes. Well, our general forecast that I put out in 2008 in New York was there would be, as we get nearer to 2030, 2035, more extreme cold winters and more lousy summers. But also some very hot spells. There'd be more contrast, but generally cooler. Last January was the coldest ever recorded in the Northern Hemisphere temperatures in Russia and some in the US of A. That's January 23. This record cold or very cold he mentions in Finland is interesting, of course. That's next to Siberia. So again, you know, blobs of super cold there. And we do expect some later on this month, actually. That's in our Weather Action long range forecast you can get from weatheraction.com. So that deals with that question. The Robert Hawthorne's question about, to be precise, she says, atmospheric rivers and any relation with the jet stream. Yes, the so-called atmospheric river in the upper atmosphere is the jet stream. And it's a flow of general pattern of air. It's not like a defined thing, so as rigidly as a river, but it's called that to simplify discussion. That goes around the whole globe, and the upper part, the more northern area above this jet stream or river, if you like, is colder, and below it is warmer. And where the colder and warmer air meet, of course, is the jet stream, and where you have low pressure systems going, zipping past, or someone's getting stuck, dropping rain, and so forth. But it's the meanders of the jet stream which give us extremes, and these are controlled by solar activity, the magnetic particle linkage between the sun and the earth. And this is largely predictable and enables us to make long range forecasts, which have been very successful, extremely successful over many, many years. And this year they've been very successful as well. Find out more on weatheraction.com. So I think that answers our questions. And the time now is 6 minutes past 8. So maybe we'll end there.
Yeah, unless anyone has another question.
Another question.
In the next
what's happening in here?
2 minutes.
No, it's the same stuff. No. Okay. Well, I think that'll do for now then. Thank you very much. I know not many people watching. Oh, is somebody else come? No, it's just clicked. Thank you, Piers. That's what he says. Oh, Victor Logan. For property developers, investor developments, bring on global warming now. Okay. Well, Victor, good to hear you there. I know you were going to come on, but perhaps you got confused by the switching on and off, which you had to endure. I know you wanted to say things about the craziness going on in the Labour Party. I would say that, well, let's laugh on, and one should support George Galloway to defeat the mainstream parties in Rochdale. Now, another question there. What do I reply to people who say the global average temperature is record high? Well, just say that the data is false. If you go on weatheraction.com, and you can find links to this, they change the data. The observed data is one thing, and then they give you an average later on, smoothed out average, and it's different, completely different. They warm up the past and cool down. Sorry, they cool down the past and warm up the present. It's lies. And furthermore, their so-called science is fake. There's no such thing as the greenhouse effect. It's just not physics. And again, you can check that out or downloading the pamphlet. Man-made climate change does not exist from weatheraction.com.
You're not the only scientist to recognise this,
No,
are you?
certainly not. I mean, I think an important thing too, which verifies that they are fiddling the data, is the look at the data they can't fiddle, namely the counts in America in the news of days which have exceeded 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are recorded in the papers and recorded at the moment, so that you can't rub that out. You can't change that number. And the number of days that have exceeded 100 degrees F was miles ahead of now, in the 1930s, miles ahead. So the idea that we're warmer now than then is just complete nonsense. It's untrue. And the point about America is it's a big landmass. There's a lot of weather stations on there. And where they haven't been manipulated and where there's actual records not being changed, then of course you know what is going on. In Britain and Europe, of course, there's lots of data fiddling going on too. Central England temperatures are unfortunately fraud now. I mean, I was present when me and Judy working for Weather Action, we sent these data sets from the Climate Research Unit of East Anglia, and the data was changed. I just didn't believe it, but look, the data was changed. One data set said one thing, another data set of the same data, supposed, said something different. Issued later. Anyway, enough on that. Any more questions down there? No. So, record high temperatures worldwide? No. For the 1930s and 2001, 2, 3 was warmer than now for sure as well. 1998, warmest February around for some time. And so it goes on. You can check out the facts on weatheraction.com. And otherwise, come to theunitedfront.uk. Thank you very much, and resist, defy, do not comply. And we'll be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Thank you.